Israel and the United States have a special relationship.
Unprecedented.
So special that Israel gets more than half of all U.S. foreign aid. What kind of aid are we talking about? And more importantly, why does the U.S. keep it flowing? This is The Real Deal on U.S. aid to Israel. Simply put, the U.S. gives Israel money. Lots of it. To be precise, a grand total of $121 billion and counting. And unlike U.S. aid to most other countries, money to Israel is given primarily to its military. Why?
The security of Israel. Preventing a nuclear Iran and ending the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
But it's a military that has been accused of war crimes by the United Nations and called trigger-happy by Amnesty International. No matter. As foreign policy analyst Stephen Walt puts it,
the United States gives Israel generous diplomatic, economic, and military support and does so unconditionally, regardless of what it does.
And the support comes in many forms. First, there's the U.S. budget. Congress gives Israel on average $3 billion a year, $3 billion of U.S. taxpayers' money. Uncle Sam also doles out more aid by funding military research programs. In 2014, $504 million went to joint U.S.-Israeli military research and to the development of anti-rocket defense systems. One of those systems, Iron Dome, has cost the U.S. $720 million, a price tag that is going up as we speak. Then there are the additional multi-million-dollar weapons deals. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars here. And a billion-dollar U.S. weapons stockpile that Israel can access in times of emergency. All in all, with the U.S.'s help, Israel has one of the most advanced militaries and is one of the top 10 arms dealers in the world. Guess who's one of its biggest customers? The United States. The relationship is lucrative. As Phyllis Bennis of the Institute for Policy Studies says,
it started in 1967 after the Six-Day War, when the Pentagon initiated a new relationship. The Israeli military was very powerful. The Pentagon looked at them and said, wow, we could do business with these people. And business became the operative term.
What about non-military aid? USAID has given more to Israel than it has to any other country in the Middle East, helping to build libraries, medical centers, and universities. Talk about friends with benefits. The U.S. says that arming Israel helps protect it from Hamas fighters in Gaza, Hezbollah fighters in Lebanon, and of course, Iran. But Hamas has rockets, and Israel has F-16s. And while Iran has no confirmed nuclear warheads, Israel has an estimated 80. So after all the military aid, is Israel really as vulnerable as the U.S. says it is? And is all this money actually helping to end the Israeli-Palestinian conflict? If it were cut, what might change?
Israel might be willing to rethink the occupation, rethink settlement building, and perhaps get more interested in a two-state solution. Right now, they don't have to compromise because they get backing from the United States no matter what they do.
So what do you think? Is this special relationship worth the price?
I think we should hide.
I think we should move.
Yeah, but when we move, what
Yes.
did they not shoot?
Well, I think they should.
Yeah, Allah, I'm not scared.
يا رب. طب هاني ما فيش اصابات هنا. ما أنا لا انت هيك تتحرك هتقتلنا رسمي. انت هذا موت. اسمع. في حاجة بتتحرك قاعد بتقزدر في المكان. ناخذ راحتها. دبابة ولا. يا منير. يا منير. تقدر تتحرك انت؟ Guys, this one.
The hand.
والله يلا 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 اشهد ان لا اله الا الله يلا ارحمنا يلا يا رب
Tell them to stop. Tell them to stop.
هي ايش انت درجات
And they're gonna start going around us now because they know there's more people here. So we need to actually have, I know. What the fuck should we do? I know. Look, everybody's gonna get shot.
We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget.
Greetings world. For far too long, Anonymous has stood by with the rest of the world and watched in despair the barbaric, brutal and despicable treatment of the Palestinian people in the so-called occupied territories by the Israel Defense Force. Like so many around the globe, we have felt helpless in the face of such implacable evil. And today's insane attack and threatened invasion of Gaza was more of the same. But when the government of Israel publicly threatened to sever all internet and other telecommunications into and out of Gaza, they crossed a line in the sand. As the former dictator of Egypt Mubarak learned the hard way. We are anonymous and no one shuts down the internet on our watch. To the IDF and government of Israel, we issue you this warning only once. Do not shut down the internet into the occupied territories and cease and desist from your terror upon the innocent people of Palestine, or you will know the full and unbridled wrath of Anonymous. And like all the other evil governments that have faced our rage, you will not survive it unscathed. To the people of Gaza and the occupied territories, know that Anonymous stands with you in this fight. We will do everything in our power to hinder the evil forces of the IDF arrayed against you. We will use all our resources to make certain you stay connected to the internet and remain able to transmit your experiences to the world. As a start, we have put together the Anonymous Gaza Care Package, which contains instructions in Arabic and English that can aid you in the event the Israel government makes good on its threat to attempt to sever your internet connection. We encourage you to download this package and to share it with your fellow Palestinians to the best of your ability. We will be with you, no matter how dark it may seem. No matter how alone and abandoned you may feel, know that tens of thousands of us in Anonymous are with you and working tirelessly around the clock to bring you every aid and assistance that we can. We are Anonymous. We are Legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. To the oppressors of the innocent Palestinian people, it is too late to expect us.
Hello, my name is Naisam. I'm 10 years old. I'm Palestinian. I live in Gaza. I want to tell you that I'm still alive and I'm not terrorist. So don't kill me. Give me the chance to still alive. Bye.